Colin Cowherd did not hold back as he exposed the shady reasons why Caitlin Clark was left off of Team USA.
Here's Clark thinking about a bomb, the hesitation, the take, the lead. Reese the lay. Clark to Reese. What you've been waiting for.
Caitlin Clark not making it onto the original roster had left fans questioning what was going on. Since then, we have heard different explanations of why Caitlin did not make the squad. Cheryl Reeve, the head coach of Team USA, said that the decision to leave her off of the team was rather contentious, but it ultimately came down to experience and standard procedure. Caitlin wasn't at training camp because she was playing March Madness and didn't play particularly well during the first few weeks of the WNBA season. Rookies rarely make the team, even when they do participate in all of the pre-selection process. So it sounds like she is saying that Caitlin wasn't ready to make the squad just yet, which Cowherd almost finds laughable.
The more I watch Caitlin Clark, the more I'm convinced women's basketball isn't ready. Caitlin Clark's more than ready. She helped her WNBA All-Star team beat the USA Women's Olympic team this weekend. She was the best playmaker. She had 10 assists.
Now, Colin is referring to the recent All-Star game between Team WNBA and Team USA. Of course, the WNBA team was led by Caitlin Clark. By halftime, Team WNBA led 54-52, with superstar Clark garnering a game-high 6 assists. The way she is playmaking, she could truly go down as one of the best playmakers in WNBA history. And who knows, she may even nab the league's assist record by the time that she calls it quits. By the third quarter, Caitlin picked up her 9th assist of the game to Dallas Wings guard Arike Ogunbowale, making her the rookie with the most assists in an All-Star game. She finished up the match with 4 points and 10 assists. But what made this game extra special was the intensity. In recent years, basketball fans have been put off by the lackadaisical approach that players have during the All-Star game. They simply don't care about winning or performing, but that was not the case for this game. The main reason is that Caitlin wanted to win and prove a point.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to come in here and compete. We knew we needed to make the Olympic team, help them prepare for Paris. So that was our goal. We knew they were going to compete, so we competed too. And then I think we were down 2 points at halftime, but then we started the third quarter really, really strong. And I think that kind of set the tone for the second half. And we didn't really look back. And then Arike got on fire.
What made this outing even more special was the fact that people were questioning whether or not Caitlin's game would translate to the WNBA after the Fever's slow start to the season.
Double-digit assists in 7 of her last 8 games, despite the WNBA butchering her early schedule, snubbing her for the Olympics. They put her on the WNBA All-Star team. Indiana now is a real potential playoff team. And what do you know? She led everybody in assists as they beat the Olympic team.
It seemed like a no-brainer to have the most popular female hooper on Team USA. Many viewed this year's roster as the NBA's dream team, meaning the same way MJ and the Olympic team made basketball popular worldwide, people thought Caitlin and the team could do the same for the women's game. Her playmaking would have done wonders on the squad as well. She isn't out here chasing her numbers. Instead, she has demonstrated that she is one of the most unselfish players in the league. She is the single-game leader in assists, all-time leader in double-doubles by a rookie guard, and all-time leader in consecutive point assist double-doubles in a rookie season. She also broke the WNBA record for most points created, scoring, or assisting on 66 points of the Fever's 93 points in their 93-101 loss to Dallas. So clearly, she wants to set her teammates up for success. Now, this would have been the perfect skill to add to Team USA, which is full of dominant scorers.
Clearly, she stretches the floor. She's great with spacing, and she's also, in my opinion, a perfect Olympic or All-Star player, especially Olympics. All-Star games are a little bit of showing off. But the Olympics, if you're not the second, third best player on the team, and she wouldn't be yet, you need to be a facilitator, not a ball hog.
Some have made the argument that if you put Caitlin on the Olympic team, she would have gotten all the limelight. Now, this could have distracted the team from pursuing the ultimate goal, which is to win a gold medal. Now, yes, that argument does sound silly, but some people actually find validity in it. But not putting her on the team seemed to have backfired even more.
And so the women's Olympic team said, if we put her on the team, there was no question she's going to be a distraction. Well, you know what's a distraction? Her not on the team. That's what everybody's talking about.
Rather than looking at the Olympic team from a business perspective, the committee is viewing it emotionally. This includes the Olympic team coach, Cheryl Reeve. Reeve took to X to promote an upcoming Lynx preseason game, while at the same time she voiced her displeasure as she called out the lack of broadcasting availability for games that didn't include star rookies, with the use of hashtags such as 12 teams and the W is more than one player. Later, the Olympic roster was released and Caitlin did not make the cut, which drew criticism and questions as to Reeve's potential part in Clark's roster snub.
Here's the other thing, is that I've learned with women's basketball as a whole, they're very much like men's soccer in America. They're a little petty. They've been ignored to a larger degree than other sports, and they've got a chip on their shoulder, and they're sort of a prove you belong.
When you look at things from that lens, then you can see why Coach Reeve left Caitlin off the team. And it's not like that's the only petty incident that has happened so far. All year, other WNBA players have gone out of their way to either throw shade at Caitlin or tried their hardest to rough her up during the game. Even vets and former players have taken shots at Caitlin, but everyone can smell their jealousy. Caitlin is the new kid on the block. She is the face of the league. After her college career, Caitlin was proclaimed the GOAT of TV ratings by the Wall Street Journal, which wrote that her impact on television viewership exceeded any other modern athlete. Caitlin's regular season debut against the Connecticut Sun on May 14, 2024 was the most watched WNBA game since 2002 and the most watched ever on ESPN2 or any cable network. On May 18th, her game against the New York Liberty set the league's ABC viewership record with 1.71 million viewers. In the following week, Clark's game set WNBA viewership marks on ESPN, ION, and NBA TV. Caitlin's name is attached to all of the new record-breaking incidents. The only game that Clark was not involved in for the top-viewed matchups was the Minnesota Lynx versus the New York Liberty in late May. 12 out of the 13 new viewership records this season have involved Caitlin and her Indiana Fever team. Now, if the committee had put aside their feelings and seen the business opportunity that presented itself, Caitlin would be rocking a Team USA jersey right now.
This constant prove you belong. Caitlin Clark belongs on the Olympic team. She belongs on the All-Star team. She belongs in the skills competition. And here's the thing, women's basketball, you can't use the excuse that she caught you off guard.
It's almost as if they didn't understand they were about to get a once-in-a-generation superstar and did not have the infrastructure in place to capitalize on her popularity.
2 years before she entered the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, for Little Iowa, was setting college basketball records. She came back for her final year. You knew 2 years in advance, oh, we got a star. 1 year in advance, she'll be the number one pick. There was no excuse butchering her early schedule.
However, Caitlin has shown her greatness since then. Despite the slow start, she rallied her team and has slowly climbed up the rankings. Caitlin is also the fourth rookie in WNBA history to have 50 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists in her first 3 games. Now, what makes this extra special is her level of competition. Not only did she achieve this while playing the likes of the Sun and Liberty, but she did so while getting the most attention a player has ever gotten. Every game, it seems as if the opposing team is trying their best to shut down Caitlin. This has even resulted in some cheap shots and dirty tricks. And still, they cannot stop Caitlin's greatness from shining. In fact, Caitlin Clark is the fastest WNBA player to record 150 career assists since 1998. So it is safe to say that her game has translated to the WNBA.
There's no excuse not having months and months of discussions on the Olympic team. She's clearly one of the better offensive, long-range performers in the league. I'd argue she's first or second best playmaker, leads the WNBA in assists, 7 of her last 8 games, double-digit assists, and this is for a team that doesn't have a lot of finishers, the Indiana Fever.
But what must have hurt even more is the fact that Caitlin always takes the high road. After her win against Team USA, she kept it classy.
Young people playing against that team. Any vindication in the fact that you beat the Olympic team and you guys were not selected to that team?
No, I mean, they're really good. They have plenty of talent on that team. They were perfectly fine in the Olympics. I think if anything, it shows how good this league is. It shows how much talent is in this league. This is a great opportunity to, help prepare them for Paris. And, I'm going to be supporting them and cheering them on. I love the Olympics. I've loved the Olympics ever since I was a young kid. And they're going to be just fine. They're going to win gold and dominate. So I'm not worried.
So how is she not representing America in the Olympics?
Says the right stuff at the podium. She's going to downplay this win by her all-star team over the coveted Olympic team she's not good enough to be on. So far, she's more than prepared and capable. It's women's basketball that's not quite ready for Caitlin Clark.
What's even worse is that Caitlin has an extensive history of playing internationally. She represented the United States at the 2017 FIBA Under-16 Women Americas Championship, where she won gold. The same outcome happened during the 2019 FIBA Under-19 Women's Basketball World Cup. She one-upped herself at the 2021 FIBA Under-19 Women's Basketball World Cup by winning gold and by being named the most valuable player. So it is silly that she is not on the team, but at least we get to see her go in revenge mode and continue to beat those who threw shade her way or left her off of the squad.